Graffiti, the slogans and markings which deface or disfigure.
They should do something about catching the kids that are doing the painting and straightening them out, because it doesn't look good.
So thank you for welcoming me to your studio.
Yeah, no problem.
Very excited to be here.
By and checking it out.
This is your living and workspace. How do you balance all of that?
I have this theme where it's called everything is Tetris, life is Tetris. There's a spot for everything.
I've seen your work on walls, on electrical boxes, on trees. Can you tell me about how it got to the point that you realized that the outside world was a canvas?
I thought of writing on everything in high school. It's I guess you sort of leave your mark, you know? It sounds really cliche, but that's technically what we're doing, you know? We're like leaving our mark.
Do you feel like the perception around public art in Toronto has changed since you've started creating, and how has it changed?
Yeah, definitely changed.
Graffiti, increasing complaints to the city about this kind of stuff on both public and private buildings.
It started last summer, I believe, with 2 or 3 different people. Now it's gotten to a point where we've been able to identify roughly 20 different tags that have been going up.
Kind of like their signature, basically. And they try to get lots of area like that, so they're like well known.
I don't see it as political. People see it differently. They take away their different ideas from it. I'm happy that it's happening, but I feel bad I'm the last leg of gentrification sometimes. It's kind of like, yeah, I wish we were included more in the process of getting to that point, so it doesn't feel like it's just like, yeah, put some color on it and it's great, you know?
We haven't gentrified, we have graffiti.
Yeah, exactly, you know what I mean?
Can you tell me a little bit about the characters in your work?
I'm trying to get away from this, but it's a lot to do with like directly my life, that kind of thing. I'm not a political painter. A lot of my stuff is dealing with like love and lack thereof. I really want to see what that would look like, you know, but that hasn't happened yet. So we continue to get these pieces.
Well, the best love songs are generally not about the happy love, so maybe there's something there.
Yeah, exactly, you know, but I just want to make one of those like a nice like club track. You know, like a nice like, let's take this to
feel
Ibiza,
good.
Let's do it. This is from Proso Pagnosia, in the show I had at Project Gallery. This one whole story is happening in this one guy's head. Kind of like to batter my pieces. See the negative space I'm talking about? Yeah. It's like beautiful, but then all these things happen and you see them and you're like, ah. And then this part is the touched a million times light switch. I mean, where we're trying to have the sense of
like the grit,
yeah,
you know,
grits,
the urban
grime,
decays.
Yeah, that totally works right there. Don't look at that part.
So tell me about what you're working on right now.
There is this show that's happening at the McMichael Gallery for Contact.
Okay, but you're not a photographer, and Contact is a photography festival, so what are you doing specifically?
I think they just want to bring that feeling out that is in the photos, because the show's called Everything Remains Raw. And I guess we're there just with the graph to sort of add that, like, still that element that is still connected to, like, the 90s, right?
We don't want to become thought police down here at City Hall, I think, on something like this. If it was a major problem across the city, then perhaps we'd have to look at something. I don't think it is.
I think a lot of the graffiti expresses political dissent, and I think it's important that that's there.
I strive to be a perfect artist. If I think of an artist, I think like somebody has to like paint something perfect, how the fruit looks, like you paint the fruit bowl exactly how it looks. But then on the other side of me, there's the expression side where it's like I'm in between like Norman Rockwell striving to be and like striving to be like Francis Bacon, you know? And if you like mix those two, you would get better than my work, and that's what I'm trying to get to.